Hi, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Vedic Living. Today, we'll be talking about the zodiac sign predictions for the sign Sagittarius for this year 2025. And this video will go over everything that has to do with this particular sign if you have your Lagna there or your moon in Sagittarius. Now, before I go forward, do want to remind you that this particular, when I talk about your sign or your moon being in a certain zodiac sign, I'm talking about sidereal Vedic degrees. This is not to do with tropical degrees, because if you're thinking about Western astrology and tropical astrology, you would be in the wrong place, because sidereally, I'm talking about the positions of the planets in the sky, the way they are right now. So if you don't know where your ascendant is or your moon is in your chart, go to my website, www.vedic-living.com, and make sure you look at the free chart calculator, enter your information, and see where your ascendant, which usually is denoted by ASC in my calculator, and where your moon is, MO. You can listen to both those signs in these prediction videos that I'm making in this particular series, because both will apply to you, right? The ascendant is how the circumstances are around us, and the moon is how we feel about those circumstances. Both are very different things. So you can listen to both. Now, with that being said, while you're on my website, if you notice, I have the 2025 World Predictions video for sale. And this particular video, it has about 3 hours worth of content, a lot of countries, places, people, celebrities, and things like that. So if you go to my website, you'll see the list of countries that are included, because I didn't want you to have to buy it and then notice that a certain country that you wanted is not in it. So make sure you read that list. And then, if you want to buy my recording, please go ahead. It's on my website for sale. And also, while you're there, sign up for my free newsletter, because I do send out monthly newsletters with a lot of information for the upcoming month. That being said, let's go forward and talk about the sign Sagittarius, if your ascendant is in Sagittarius or your moon is in Sagittarius. So if your ascendant or your moon is in Sagittarius, then this year, there's a lot of energy happening in your fourth house, because in the first part of the year, like I said, between March and April, especially from the last week of March and the first 2 weeks of April, there's going to be a lot of planets, almost 7 planets, 6 to 7 planets, depending on when the moon is there and the moon is not there, right? So this huge stellium in Pisces. And for Sagittarius rising people, this is their fourth house, which means you are really thinking about changing something about your home. There is something that you want to change, maybe a renovation, maybe you're redecorating, maybe you're adding on something. Or in very extreme cases, you could be thinking about a move. Okay, that is possible too. But I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking of a move and I don't know if this is going to happen. Don't worry. Usually when the planets bring something in terms of transits and dashas, it's something that, you're really ready for, right? They bring it at the right time. So it's not like you're going to be forced to leave. But even if you don't think about moving, there's something about your home, maybe an unforeseen repair or something that you want to change. Maybe around that time you think about, redecorating your house or renovating or something. So the home is a major point of focus in this year for you guys, okay? Especially with all of these planets happening in the fourth house. And fourth house also rules your childhood home. It rules your mother. So, when these planets are there, there's something going on with your family, which is your parents, your siblings, your childhood family, who you grew up with, right? And maybe even with your mother, that needs attention between March and April. There's just too much energy there. So if your mother calls you for advice or help, or maybe your mother's life is changing in some way, maybe they're retiring, or there's something going on with your childhood home, right? Your parents and your siblings. So because the reason I'm saying that is I noticed towards the end of the year, Jupiter for 2 months will be in your 8th house, which rules money, specifically 8th house rules inheritance. So, that's kind of what I'm thinking forward to when I say there's something in the fourth house when all these planets come together in terms of your family. Okay, so just be ready in that month, March to April. You may be kind of called upon to give support or help, or there is something that maybe it can even be a good thing. Maybe it's just that you're traveling with your family in some sense, but definitely a lot of time spent with them. Okay, so that's a major thing. And Jupiter has been transiting your sixth house this last year. So you have been really looking at your diet, your exercise, your routine, your sleep habits. Everything has been a focus. There could have been some things that came up in terms of your health, due to which you had to focus on it more. That's also possible. But if you were proactively just worried about your health, maybe you just started looking into changing your diet in some way, or changing your routine in some way to make your life or your health even better. So that has been going on this last year. Now what's going to happen is in May of 2025, Jupiter moves over into your seventh house. So everything's going to focus and shift to either your business partnerships or your businesses, if you have a business, or your relationship. Okay, this could also do with your relationship partner. So a lot of energy with the Jupiter in the seventh house, but Jupiter is a benefic at the end of the day. So you are really having good experiences through your relationship. So I think you're really focused on your partner and helping your partner, or your partner is helping you. There's a lot of give and take going on in one-on-one relationships with the seventh house being activated in your chart. Okay. Now, also, I think with Jupiter being there, you may even be thinking about expanding your business. If you already have a business, you're thinking about expanding it. Or if you don't have a business, you are thinking about having one. All of those energies are really focused on that seventh house. And then end of the year, October to December, Jupiter is going to go into Cancer for just a couple of months, which is your eighth house. Eighth house rules shared resources, which means you are really focusing on how you and your spouse are spending money, or how you want to, kind of do things going forward. There's a lot of discussion going on about shared resources, shared money. Okay. So that's one thing that's happening. And I do think there's money that'll come to you through others, like inheritance or insurance money, or, investments, all of those things. But on the other hand, when Jupiter goes into Cancer towards the end of the year, you may be thinking about learning something new in terms of metaphysics or spirituality. You want to expand your knowledge. You want to learn about, these sciences that are beyond this world. So you might be thinking about astrology or yoga or meditation, all those things. It's actually a very good year for Sagittarius rising people to do that, because it brings a very positive meaning of the eighth house into your life. And also, it'll really help you heal a lot of what is in your subconscious too. That's why the eighth house rules the subconscious mind, because whenever planets go there, we heal the thoughts in our subconscious mind. So you will get an opportunity to do that this year towards the end of the year. Now, in August, just for a couple of weeks, Mars and Ketu are going to be conjunct in your ninth house. So when that happens, just watch your father's health, or something's happening that your father is trying to deal with in his life. Like I said, maybe a job is ending, or something difficult is happening. Mars and Ketu are both difficult planets. And when they conjunct in your ninth house, there's something going on there with your father. Ninth house is also higher education. So if you've been wanting to, or if you've already been in a course and you're trying to learn something new, there could be a slight delay in things happening in the month of August. Maybe that course that you wanted to join sold out, or you were not able to get in. Just remember that energy dies off in about a couple of weeks. It's not a very long-term energy, but you are dealing with something in that area in the ninth house. Okay. And also, August is not a great time to travel for you because of the Mars Ketu conjunction in the ninth house of long distance travel. Short travels within the country is fine, but long distance travel, I would avoid that month of August for that. Okay. Especially when the Mars Ketu come together. And this is I keep saying August, but I think it's the last week of July. It's actually the last week of July and the first week of August that I would kind of watch that energy more. Okay. Now, with that being said, while this entire movement of Jupiter is happening from your 6th to 7th to 8th, that whole area right there with these three houses has to do with work, relationship, and money. So these are the major focus for Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius moon folks in this year. And I do think that, a lot of the time your mind will be really thinking about that. And so financially, make sure that you have that a good grasp on how your money is kind of being spent, or how you are making more money. Maybe you're looking for a job that makes more money, or either way. And try to focus on the higher meanings of these houses. So, sixth house, the higher meaning is trying to have a good routine in your life, making your health better. Seventh house, the higher meaning is understanding how to work in partnerships and one-on-one relationships. And eighth house, the higher meaning is spirituality and metaphysics. So the moment you start learning something in those areas, the eighth house becomes a very good house for you. I would really focus on that. So with that being said, that's the predictions for the Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius moon folks for this year. And I'll see you next time with the predictions for Capricorn. And until then, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you so much.